Quick, heads or tails? If you're like me, you probably picked tails. And if you picked heads, well, you're just like 90% of the population. In 2007, there was a study done on coin flips in order to test a theory called reachability bias. The theory states that when asked to choose between heads and tails, most people select heads, simply because it is typically mentioned first in the question, making it more readily accessible in their minds. Now, a massive variable to this theory is experimental manipulation. So, researchers would reverse the order and ask instead tails or heads. Which sounds really weird, but whatever. And the research showed this does shift people towards selecting tails, further supporting the reachability bias theory. Yeah, you've secretly been in a science experiment for the past 137 seconds. So I'm sure right now you're thinking, well, Jason, what about the people who pick tails? Well, there's one last variable to this experiment. Personal preference. Your past experiences, superstitions, and values can affect your pick of a coin toss. And I'm sure none of this makes any sense to you while I'm telling you this. So let me explain. Welcome to my quarter life crisis year. This is gonna be good. So here's the thing. Life isn't just a game. It's a game with bad instructions, missing pieces, and somehow you're playing against a system designed for you to lose. Fun, right? It's like growing up, they hand you this pre-made script. Go to school, get a degree, get a job, and voila, you've won. Except, no one tells you that plotline doesn't work for everyone. And honestly, it's kind of boring. Trust me, I tried following the rules. I went to school, I got the degree, I made the content. But somewhere along the way, I realized this isn't the story I want to tell. Let me tell you a story. When I was 21, I had this big plan.
See, I'm back on my...
I was going to be the next Dwayne Johnson, Logan Paul, Mr. Beast. I want to be the biggest, most famous superstar in the world. I mapped out my whole life. Like, literally, my whole life. Where I'd live, what girl I'd be with, even what I'd name my cat. But there's this saying, every time we try to make plans for our life, God laughs. And boy, was he laughing at me. I mean, look at this. Like, I'm not kidding. I wrote everything down. This is 3 pages long. 4 actually, it's 4 pages long. Let me just go through a few of these so you can really understand where my headspace was when I was 21. Be a lead actor in a movie. Meet Kevin Hart. Talk to Elon Musk. Become friends with Jack Harlow. Get invited to speak at a school. Have paparazzi follow me. Look at this one. This is the one. Look at this. Let me see if I can zoom in. 4 billion followers. 4 billion. Do you know how many people are on the planet? Do you know how many people are on the planet? I wanted 4 billion followers. There's only 7 billion people on the planet. They call it a quarter life crisis, but honestly, it's more like a quarter life reboot. It's that moment when you realize your childhood dreams don't quite fit your grown-up reality. And instead of panicking, which, let's be real, I did at first, you decide to start over. This year, I've tried everything. I painted for the first time since kindergarten. I made meals so bad, even the dumpster raccoons didn't want it. I started video journaling. Like, I have a legit video diary. And yeah, I felt like a 2000s Disney Channel character at first, but it's kind of helped. Right? Like, this is my video journal, it's my video diary. I've been thinking about reaching out to... Here's the kicker. No one talks about how lonely this phase of your life can feel. And being more connected with social media doesn't help. You're scrolling Instagram, seeing everyone's perfect life updates. I can't put into words like what this feels like.
My love's like a black hole sun, so bright when it burns, so dark when it's done. So hard to relate to one when I find myself tripping off that blunt.
And meanwhile, you're over here Googling how to stop having an existential crisis in the frozen food aisle. But then I realized everyone else is faking it, because even if someone's life looks perfect, they've got their own coin flips to deal with too. You just don't see them. So now I'm flipping the script. No more safe choices. No more heads. I'm done just letting life happen to me. This year, I'm giving it all to God. Call it ridiculous, call it silly, call it whatever you want. I call it freedom.
I made up the same things.
And honestly, it's really scary. Sometimes it's even messy. And sometimes I have no idea what I'm doing. But for the first time in my life, I'm not doing it alone. That's why I'm excited to announce that I am officially moving to Patreon. YouTube is amazing, but I want to build something deeper. No more chasing algorithms, no more obsessing over analytics, just raw, unfiltered connection with the people who get it. Now, before you get scared and start freaking out, this doesn't mean that I'm leaving YouTube. I'm not going anywhere. I'm actually probably gonna be posting more. But I've been posting daily updates on my Patreon for about the past 3 months, and the community we've built over there is so special, and what I've always wanted out of doing social media. And I know what you're thinking. Oh man, gee, I love you, but like, I don't wanna spend $20 on you, like that's a lot of money. And you're right, I'm not a streaming service. I don't think that makes any sense for you to spend that much money on me. So, if you wanna watch the videos that I'll be posting on Patreon, it will cost exactly $1. That's it. Right now, I'm planning on posting weekly vlogs at first, and the more patrons we get and the more our community grows, the more videos I'll put out. And I know where your head just went. Yes, there is a possibility I will start daily vlogging.
I'm yours. Open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. I look into your heart and you'll find that the sky is yours. So please don't, please.
If we hit a certain number of subscribers on Patreon, probably like 4,000 or 5,000, which is honestly very doable because I average 4,000 to 5,000 views on videos, so it's honestly not that out of reach. Then yes, I will be posting daily vlogs. And by the way, that $1 subscription doesn't just get you access to the exclusive videos I'll be posting on Patreon. It also gets you access and early dibs to anytime we do a Memories Over Money drop. So you'll get these first. And the other tiers on Patreon are gonna be $1, $5, and $10. If you're in the $5 tier, $5, again, not that much money, I'm gonna give you a discount code for every single Memories Over Money drop. Probably like $5 or $10. Because the way I see it, if you already supported me with $5 a month on Patreon, why would I not give you $10 off anytime we do a Memories Over Money drop? That just makes sense to me. On Patreon, I can show the stuff that doesn't make it to the highlight reel. It's about building something authentic, even if it's not polished. And I don't have to abide by any of YouTube's monetization restrictions, like the copyright music you all love in my videos so much. So, no more 5-second snippets. I'll use the whole song if I want to. Moral of the story is, even when life gets stressful, just try your best to relax and look at it like this. Either you will, or you won't. It's 50-50. Life really is as simple as a coin flip. Unless, of course, you don't play by the rules.
And she spoke words that would melt in your hands. And she spoke words of wisdom to the basement people, to the basement. Many surprises await you in the basement, people in the basement.
And it's either heads or tails. And you have to say, call it.
Well, look, I need to know what I stand to win.
Everything.
How's that?
You stand to win everything, call it.
All right. Heads, then.
Well done.
I got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a love